Okay, so today we're going to have a look at Python and we're going to get into Python and we're going to start working with it. So down here in our magnifying glass, we're going to type IDLE. Okay, and we've got this little thing here. If you're doing it at home, it's free to download. Really good, fun little thing to do. So here we have it. Now what I've done on mine, I've increased the size of my font and yours would be much smaller. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to make it a bit smaller and I press apply and then press OK, and that should be better for this screen. So I'm going to do file now and new file. So what I've got now is this one on here called untitled, and this is where Python's going to operate, and this is where I'm going to write my code, which is called a script. So I'm going to drag, see where it says untitled, I'm dragging it and it's going off the screen. Go away, go on, off, bye, go on, no, not there yet, go on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Bing. Look at this shading in the middle of the screen. Can you see how it's gone there? If I let go now, it's going to take up exactly half the screen, and if I press that one, it's going to take up the other half. And now I'm beautifully set up with shell on this side and my code on the other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the hashtag key and I put my name in. So my hashtag key there makes it turn red. It's a comment, and I'm going to put another hashtag and I'm going to put the date in, and I'm going to do another hashtag here, and this is on 821 Python. Okay, I'm going to press enter twice now. And the very first thing you should always do with a new computer language is hello world. So I'm going to use the print command. Notice that it is not capital letters. Okay, I'm going to put an open bracket and a speech marks, and I'm going to type hello world. Okay, I'm going to close the speech marks and I close the bracket and I'm going to press enter. So notice that the print is purple and the hello world is green and the brackets are black, and that helps you understand where things are going wrong on your code. Now Python won't run now because I need to save it, so I'm going to press Control S at the same time, and you're going to save it in your area. I'm going to save it in my computer science area. It's key stage 3 Python code, and this is my stuff there. 821 video. So I press save. So this now comes up here, 821 video. And notice just before the 8, if I press enter down here now, bang, immediately we got start in there, and that tells me that I've not saved the latest version. So if I press Control and S, I don't have to go back and say it again, it's already saved. So what I do want to do now is I want to run it, and on the top of your keyboard there are some function keys, and I'm going to press F5, and what's going to happen, it's going to run over there and it says hello world. It's all mixed up in the middle of this, but it's gone a different color. So what I can do now is I'm going to press enter here, I'm going to come back up and press print again here, and open bracket and close bracket. Alright, and I'm going to do that again here. I could copy and paste it, but it's quick enough for me to type. Okay, and when I run this again now, I've got a star on here, I've got to save it. So Control and S, the star is gone, I can press F5 and it runs, and over there. And look, can you see how it's spaced hello world out away from the rest of the rubbish that it keeps churning out? Okay, so do that and have a go and sort that out. I'm now going to change it, and I'm going to change there to Mr. Smith Python. Okay, Control S to save, F5 to run, and there we go, Mr. Smith Python. So stop now, get that, do that, make it work. If it's done exactly the same as mine, it will work just perfectly. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a welcome message. So I'm going to use the print command again, and I'm going to say hello. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to use a variable. I'm going to say my name equals Mr. KC Smith. I've done that flipping M again. I did it before, didn't I? Okay. And it's going to store, it's going to create a space called my name with those capitals. It's got to be exactly those capitals. And it's going to store my name in it. So I can write here, print, hello from me, comma, sorry, speech mark, comma, my name. Okay, close the bracket, press enter, and what should happen now, it will redo this piece of code again here, but then underneath it, it should say, hello, that should be from me, not for me, from me, Mr. Casey Smith. Okay, so need to save it, Control S, F5, happy days, and there we go. Let's just run Mr. Smith Python, hello from me, Mr. Casey Smith. Okay, I've got a space just here, I'm going to remove that space, happy days. I'm now going to say your name, and I want you to be able to type in your name. So I'm going to use an input command, and I'm going to set a prompt, and that's going to say, what is your name? I'm going to put a question mark, I'm going to put a space, and I'm going to put an equals in there. A close bracket, not an equals, I know what I mean. Then print, welcome, comma, and then if I put your name, keeping an eye on what capital letters I've got, and I can close. So I'm just checking it over. So that bit's purple, I've got a green piece, and the green stops there, lovely, and then this bit is black because it's a variable. That should work. So Control and S, F5. Okay, Mr. Smith Python, hello from me, Mr. Casey Smith, what is your name? Notice that the cursor is flashing already. I don't need to press my mouse, I don't need to touch it, and I can just say my name is Fred. So you're going to pretend to be a user now, and it says welcome Fred. Perfect. Okay, well, I say perfect, I think we could do with a few more lines between here, can't we? So hello from me, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put print, open bracket, close bracket, and notice that I've left a space there because I want to keep all these bits and pieces separate. So I'm going to try that again, Control S, put save, F5, hello from, what's your name? Fred, welcome Fred. Okay, are we good with that? We happy? Okay, so next piece of code. So what I'm looking for you to do now is, can you work out what I'm going to do? Because I want you to tell me what your favourite, or want you to ask the person what their favourite film is. So we're going to say film equals input, open bracket, speech marks, what is your favourite film? Okay, going to put a question mark, going to put space, speech, close the speech marks, close the bracket. Okay, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and be a little bit clever. I'm going to use an if command. If film equals speech marks elf. Now I need to put a colon. And what's it going to do now? If you type the film elf in there, it's going to give you your own special message. And I'm going to say print. Oh no, that's rubbish. Okay. If it doesn't say that, I'm going to put else, and I need my colon again, and say print. And I'm going to say film, comma, speech marks is okay, I suppose. Okay, close the speech marks, close the brackets. Note, now this is really important. Can you see how these have been indented? I can put more than one command to happen on the inside of the if, but I must keep it indented in here, like that. I can put more and more and more stuff in there. Okay, and the same with this. I could put more and more and more after that. But I won't, but I could do. As long as I keep them indented, it will only do this comment if you put Alf, and it will put this comment if you don't put Alf. Okay, so save it, run it, see what happens. All right, so what's your name? Fred. What's your favourite film? Elf. Oh no, that's rubbish. And so that's because we typed Elf. Oh no, that's rubbish. That's exactly what it put. So the cursor's flashing over here on this side. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back onto my code side. I'm going to press F5 again. I don't need to resave it because it's not a problem. I've just been running it. It's going to ask me my name's Fred again. What's your favourite film? I'm not going to write Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Director's Cut or something like that. There's too many things. I'm just going to put Lord of the Rings. Okay, press enter. Lord of the Rings is okay, I suppose, which is what we expected it to do here. Okay, so go and make that happen. All right, so a little bit of a stretch now. What I want you to do is I want you to look at this block of code here, and I want you to turn this block of code into the if. So for example, you could say if you get up a special message for if for Freds, and you could say, right, okay, all Freds are evil or something like that, or they smell or whatever. It's just something a bit cheeky, not overly rude, and just do it. So see if you can turn this piece of code now by looking at this piece of code down here with the film bits. See if you can modify and do it up there. Pause your computer. Okay, so you pause your computer. This is what I would do, and I would say if your name equals, let's say Fred. Okay, and I've got to put a colon on the end, otherwise it wouldn't work. Now this part here, the welcome your name, is going to be our normal part of the, but it's the bit down here is our regular response. But if anybody says their name's Fred, okay, I wanted to have a special message, Fred. Oh no, not a Fred. Okay, and I close that back up. Now, to get my normal message, I need to put an else. And again, that's got a colon at the end of it. And here, I need to indent it. And I can use the tab key to indent it. And there we go, we move it in, it's indented on there. And that should work in here. I'm going to put a print line in here as well, because that's a good idea for having one there. So, Control and S to save. F5 to run. It's running over there. Mr. Smith Python. Hello from me, Mr. Smith. What is your name? I'm going to say Fred. Oh no, not a Fred. What's your favourite film? Alf. Oh no, that's rubbish. Okay, so I click back over here. I don't have my cursor over here. I bring my cursor back over here. Press F5 again. Okay, and what's your name? I'm going to say Bert. Hello Bert, welcome Bert. What's your favourite film? Lord of the Rings. Okay, Lord of the Rings, okay, I suppose. Perfect. Okay, so that is lesson 1 of Python.